Welcome to Jersey Shore, Johnny's Vintage. Today we're working on a hood for a 1958 Johnson 5.5 horsepower, and we're going to show you how to make this thing showroom condition. Basically the whole thing's been sanded down, primed, and now we're going to do the final touches on it. We're going to look for any imperfections. And how we're going to do that is we're going to take a wet rag and we're going to start wiping down all the dust off the motor. As we can see right here, we have a little divot there and a little divot there. So those two divots we got to get out. There and there. Continue wiping down. We got one right here. Circle that. We got another one right here. We got another one right here. We'll get all those out. We got a few right here. Remember to get these divots out because they will show up in the paint. So take your time working on the hood. You will see all the imperfections. Just put a little water on it. Put a little water on it. We got one right here. One right here. Go around the rest of it. And right over here, we have one more. Those things will show up in your paint once you paint it. If you do not get it out, your whole motor will look like an amateur did it. So if you want a professional look, I use 320. You really want to stay, you could use 220 if you want, but you're adding more scratches to it that later on when you prime it, you're going to have to get it out. So do whatever you can to get this motor as smooth as possible. Don't just rub your fingers up and down over the divot. Try to do circles. It'll work out better. It'll feather it out much nicer. Keep it going until those divots disappear. And this is what's going to make the difference when you paint your motor. This motor is holiday bronze and white. The 7.5 horsepower is actually a cream color. In 1957, I think it was a cream color. And just work your hand, just keep working everything out. You'll get it. Believe me, it takes time, but it's well worth it. When you see your finished product, you're going to thank me that I encouraged you to completely sand, and more sanding. That's what it's all about if you want a good motor cover. This hood should be flawless when I'm done. Get all these grooves out. We got one here. you can see, we're doing it, getting everything we can possibly get out. You will see it because everything will be like dull. You shouldn't see any shiny spots. If you do, you have a divot there that's lower and it's not hitting the sandpaper. Doesn't matter if you take this paint off as much as you want, it's no problem. This is 3 coats of primer, by the way. And a lot of it's going to be sanded off. It's a sandable primer. Sandable and fill. It's a sand fill product. Very good. Still got that little divot there. I can still see the little shine. So we try to get that out. This one here on the side's gone already. I like to go out from the divots just so this way there's no wave, I guess what you would call it, because if you go up and down hard, your finger is going to create a divot. It's very small, but when your motor is buffed out to a glass finish, you will see everything. Especially, well, right here you won't see nothing because this part is white. So white pretty much covers up everything and you don't see nothing. But a lot of people take shortcuts and they don't fully do the white perfect, which I don't understand why you're putting all this time into it. Why not just do it the right way? So this is all done. Got a little bit here, looks a little funny. We'll get that out. Take your time around all these corners here. You want them, you don't want pink buildup or look gooey there or anything. You want to try to get whatever you can. Get it looking good, the best you can. The smoother, the better. A lot of people, they don't take their covers apart. They keep them together like this and they work on their motor like that. They spray paint it like that. So when you spray paint it, really, that's not the way to paint your motor. You want to take everything apart, remove all the locking clips, remove everything, remove your pin up here, separate these 2 pieces. Because when inside, this here, from this point to this point, this edge should be red. This should be red. From this point to this point, this edge should be white. This edge should be white. This little edge from here to here is going to be red. That'll match the uniform of the whole hood. It's the little details and the little things that'll make your hood stand out from everybody else. Go over the hood, go over it. Make sure you check it out. Getting everything right. All these corners, try to get the corner of your sandpaper, which I leave mine a little tucked back a little bit, just so this way there's no pressure. It's just rubbed right along. This is where you have your paint buildup from overspray or just from the factory alone. And you want to keep these lines nice and crisp. You want to keep them sharp. And your little corners here takes time, but it's well worth it. Well worth it. Get into all these corners here. Roll it around. Those will be the ones that are gonna get you. And again, you take your wet rag, wipe it down. Anything, you should see it right away. This came out good. Just keep wiping it. These little ridges are a pain in the ass. I do it with a wire brush and I strip it right down to the bare metal. And then I'll respray it. So this is basically almost ready to go to paint. And I see a few marks here. I don't know if you could see that and that right there. So we'll get those out. Because your paint's just going to go inside that ditch. Or that mark, whatever it may be, whatever you want to call it. So just get it out. It doesn't take much. You're putting this much time into it already. Why not finish it off right? I don't know if you could see that, but you see that little divot there? It keeps coming up shiny. So I try to get that out as much as possible. And a lot of mistake people make, they don't go along this edge that good. So it basically, some of these motors I see, I blow up the picture just to look at their work, and unbelievable. They put that much time into it, and if they just would have took another hour or so just to fine sand it and look it over. I just seen one that I don't believe I didn't see before. And it's pretty big. It's right there. I don't know if you can see it. Just had it, and now I can't find it. There we go. So we have it's not even a divot, it's like a wave or something. But now that I sand it, look. You could see the shiny parts. So basically, let's get that out. You could see that one as clear as day. So this is what you have to look for. Don't just say, oh, it's done, it looks good, I'm happy. Just take the time. You'll be thanking me later on. It's really not that hard. I enjoy doing this. I've been doing this for over 50 years. And I gave it up a couple of years back ago, and I only had a few motors, personal motors that I was doing. And I decided to go back into it after somebody was closing their store, and they were in business since 1942. They were in business, and they shut their doors in 1972 when father got sick. The son took over, but went into Mercury's, everything all new. New products, new Mercury's, new Yamahas. I went over there to look at everything. He had 22 motors and a bunch of other stuff, that parts and stuff. So I made him an offer for the whole entire group, and I didn't think he was going to take it, but he did. And it was like hitting lotto. So after picking up them motors, about a month later, a buddy of mine calls me and tells me he's in Pennsylvania, up by Lake Wallapopack, and he was looking at a house, and they had a boathouse with quite a few motors in it, mostly Everroot, believe it or not. Guy was an Everroot lover, very few Johnsons. And actually the guy told me I could take them if I wanted them, but I gave him $400 and took the motors. And those motors are sitting in my garage right now. And I'll probably start working on them come spring, as I have quite a few customers' hoods I got to get done. So we're going to be working on them probably until mid-January, the end of January, get them things shipped out to the customers, and start on mine again. Just, we're going over this motor, and you're going to see little problems. You're going to see little imperfections, and those are the things you got to get out. We're going to be having videos coming up. I never made videos before. I always was private, kept to myself, did my stuff. Most of my motors I sell are to private collectors that I meet at shows. And a lot of boat people down by the Jersey Shore, going all the way down to Cape May. A lot of these people that live on the water, because I've been advertising my motors down there, a lot of people buy them and they keep them in their boathouse for talking points. And they never use the motor, they never put it on their boat, as they have these big massive boats, so, and they just enjoyed the motor, love the way it looks, and brings back a lot of memories from these elderly people who have these houses right on the water. as I see them, I'm just getting them out because this thing is basically just about done. I don't see anything else wrong. Wiping down the whole motor. I like checking these corners because sometimes you'll get a little divot right inside the corner, which you want to make sure you get it out. This part's all white. This piece is white here. This is red. The red is what you got to be the most concerned about, because the red, it's a dark red. It's a holiday bronze. It's a 1958 holiday bronze. In 1958, 57, and 56, they're all holiday bronze, but the bronzes are actually different colors. Because in 56, they came out with a holiday bronze. And I think it does work on some 57s. But 57 is a different holiday bronze. And then the 58 is a totally different holiday bronze. And some of them, the holiday bronze, this actually bronze on this motor here is a metallic bronze. And this one is done. So we get the other half and we'll do the same thing. So right over here, I could see that divot right away. And we're gonna get that out of there. These are the things, all these edges, you want to make sure you get all this out. You want this thing to be as smooth as possible. Right over here on the top. We're gonna get this. Remember, get your edges. Get your edges good. You want to keep those corners sharp. You don't want to have a loop going in, because it's not a loop going in. Then we'll get around the hood pleats. And keep going, keep going, keep going. Keep that sanding, that hand moving, you'll be good. And keep going on the corners. get your wet rag, wipe it down. You'll see if you missed anything. So that looks pretty damn good. I don't see anything on it. When you put the water on it, this is a damp cloth. When you wipe it down, you're going to see everything. If you have everything on it. I see a couple of spots right here. So we've got these. This is one right there. See it right there? There's another one right there and another one right there and here. So we'll do this whole side, and we got a few on the edges. So we'll do this side. According to you, probably what you're seeing, you're thinking that, wow, this guy, he did it already. There should be no more sanding. Well, me, I'm a perfectionist. So if it's not perfect, it will get done again. Believe me, I will do it again. I don't play with this stuff. A lot of these motors, they are raffled off depending on what the motor is. I just raffled off before the holidays. I just raffled off a 10 horsepower Johnson outboard. This motor will be raffled off. It's this motor was basically hardly used. This came from that Johnson Everroot shop that closed down. The son took over, and the motor sat there for basically 53 years with no movement. This motor here, I couldn't believe it. When I took the hood off, the motor looked brand spanking new. And I did a compression test on it, and the compression test read 98 PSIs. I never seen that in my life on a small engine. I mean, you max out at maybe 90, 92 PSIs. I never saw 98 in my life. So once I get this motor pretty much back together, I'm gonna run the motor and I'm gonna do a new compression test and see what I get. I believe that the rings might be stuck in the open position. That's why I'm getting so much PSIs. But besides the point, the motor did, when I shot gas up the carburetor, the motor did start up for me. It started and I shut it down real quick. Didn't keep her running. Just wanted to see if it was worth the restoration. And it definitely is. It's a perfect candidate to restore. So now we're pretty much done. This motor is going to get primed one more time. and one final sanding. Well, I hope you enjoyed the video. And basically what it should look like is when you roll on. This is off of a Johnson 3 horsepower, 1956. I already rebuilt the whole lower unit. I took it all apart, cleaned up all the gears, cleaned up inside the housing, put a new O-ring on it, put the motor back together. I put a new seal up there, a little paint got on it there, and there's a new grease seal up at the top. This is new and new. I didn't put gear oil in it yet because I am working on it, but I did do a pressure test at 15 pounds. Everything is holding. I threw it in a bucket of water. No bubbles, no nothing. Now, what I wanted to show you on these is like Everroot and Johnson. Well, I should say Johnson. You could see all these aluminum ridges. They never cleaned it up. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get a file and I'm going to smooth that all out. Get these fins looking good. Get these fins looking good. I'll get a file in there and I'll file this all down nicely. I'll file these down nicely. These were all cleaned inside. Everything was scrubbed. So now we just got to get, once I open her up again, I'll throw some water down in there. I'll clean her out because I'm going to take this, I got to split this in half, only for the fact that I never put a new water pump in it yet. I didn't have one in my shop. So I got to order a water pump. I think I got like 4 more 3 horsepowers back there. So I'm probably going to order a half a dozen or so and have them in stock. But this paint, I thought I had more of the 56 Johnson Johnson Holiday Bronze paint. I bought 6 of them, and I really don't know where they all went. I guess that's from just the motors I've been doing. I had a few of these motors that I redone already, and they were raffled off already and shipped out and gone. Most of my motors are raffled off, depending on which motor. Like this 3 horsepower, the raffle, there'd be about 2,000 tickets, so your odds would be 2,000 to 1. And for $1, you would have a minted out museum quality motor running. Well, that's today's episode. Have a great day, everybody. And don't forget, we are restoring every motor one day at a time. Thank you for watching.